Welcome back to Unfiltered. I'm Harper Cooper. We don't spend time here dancing around the facts or trying to balance the scales just for the sake of appearances. You're here for a direct analysis of where things actually stand, and today, that reality is incredibly sobering. Our lead story: the White House Correspondents' Dinner. What is usually a night to recognize the First Amendment turned into a chaotic security failure at the Washington Hilton. While hundreds of journalists and guests were settling in, a security breach involving an armed individual forced the Secret Service into immediate action. It's a terrifying reminder of the climate we're living in. While we saw reporters like Weijia Jiang and members of Congress like Jamie Raskin having to seek cover under tables, doing what any human being would do in a moment of crisis, the scene at the head table was a different kind of theater. President Trump was rushed out by his detail, and in true fashion, he's already spent the morning turning a near tragedy into a campaign ad. He's calling himself invincible and untouchable, using the adrenaline of a security scare to distract from the fact that his administration's war in Iran is entering its third grueling month. It's the Trump playbook. Why address the security lapses at home when you can beat the drums of war louder? On the international front, we have a significant development in energy logistics that highlights just how much the global map has shifted. Earlier today, a tanker carrying 910,000 barrels of U.S. crude oil arrived at an offshore jetty in Tokyo Bay. This isn't just a routine delivery, it's the first shipment to reach Japan since the start of the war in February. This oil didn't come from the volatile Middle East. It was sourced from Texas and procured by Cosmo Energy Holdings. After departing a Texas port in late March, the tanker bypassed the disrupted Strait of Hormuz entirely, traveling through the Panama Canal to reach the refinery in Chiba. While this shipment covers less than 1 day of Japan's consumption, it's a massive signal. It's a relief for our allies, certainly, but a stark indicator of how much the global economy has been sidelined by this administration's military priorities. Back to the situation in D.C., the dinner has been postponed for 30 days. While the investigation into how an intruder got that close to the executive branch continues, my thoughts are with the staff and the guests, who are just trying to do their jobs. They deserve a workplace that doesn't require a tactical evacuation plan. Final take. To the individual who thought violence was an answer, you failed. You didn't stop the flow of information. You only reinforced why we need a press corps that is alert and unafraid. And to the president, a security breach isn't a prop for a rally. It's a failure that needs a real solution, not another boast.
All of the conditions that took place tonight, and I will say, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before.
I'm Harper Cooper. Stay informed, stay focused, and keep demanding the truth.